Hi, I'm John, and we're here in the Aquasprouts Grow Lab today, where I'm going to talk to you about some of the common questions and concerns people have when choosing a small aquaponic system. The first thing that people think about, and really the first question you need to answer, is size. How big? How big does it need to be? How big do you want? How much space do you have? There are a lot of different options available in the 1 to 5 gallon range. There are a few more that go up a little bit larger than that. The Aquasprouts garden fits a standard 10-gallon aquarium. There are advantages and disadvantages to aquaponic systems at every size. There's not technically a minimum, but there are a lot of challenges that come with trying to do aquaponics, hydroponics, any kind of cultivation at particular sizes, especially at smaller sizes. With something like this little out-of-the-box kit here, with about a gallon of water capacity, you're limited in your choices. You're limited in fish capacity. Standard rule of thumb is about 1 inch of fish per gallon of water. And when you get up to social fish, when you get up to your aquarium fish, your tropical fish, they mostly populate tropical rivers. They mostly live in schools that range anywhere from 10 to tens of thousands of individuals. If you want healthy fish and healthy plants, they need something nice. They need space. They need a little bit of enrichment. They need a variation in their habitat. And that's something you can't get unless you give yourself the space for it. One of our most important considerations was to balance the growing area with the volume of the aquarium, so that people could keep an aquarium the way they want to keep an aquarium, so that they could keep enough fish for visual interest, so that they could keep the kinds of fish that people keep at home, and have enough filtration to keep that aquarium not just alive, but thriving. This also provides more space and more depth for plant growth. More depth is especially important because that means more root area. It means more variation in water level, so that you can grow a wider variety of plants. They can grow out more root mass. They can take up more nutrients more quickly. They'll be more stable, and they'll, in combination with your biofilter, clean the water a lot more effectively. If your growing area is limited, if your grow bed depth is limited, your choice of plants are limited. Something like a tomato, say, roots deep and fast. And if you've only got 2 inches of growing media, you're not going to thrive. Technically, there's no lower limit on the size of an aquaponic system. But in practice, there are some things that just don't quite work. Anything that relies on sprouts or seedlings or any tiny plants is going to be very limited in its ability to perform any kind of water filtration. Sprouts are growing on stored energy in seeds. Microgreens are very limited in the amount of leaf area they have to take up sunlight, and without photosynthesis they're not using any kind of nutrients. Anything that doesn't have space for plants to grow to full size, anything that doesn't have space for a real root ball, is not going to be effective as an aquaponic system. The next thing to think about is design. Now, a lot of it's tied together. A lot of this is still going to be about capacity. You need to think about flow rates when you're talking about your pump. You need to think about size of tubing and size of drains in terms of both water flow and ease of use. But it's not necessarily just size. A lot of it is how it works. Plants, just like fish, have different needs, different growth habits, different shapes and sizes. A lot of plants have pretty substantial needs for not just growing space above the surface of the ground or medium, but below it. Something like this expanded clay pebble media isn't just pebbles, it's extremely porous, so water soaks into it and flows through it, and all of that surface area where water contacts the media can be colonized by bacteria. The more bacteria there are, the more fish waste they can process faster, which means healthier fish and more nutrients for your plants. If you have a small capacity grow bed, it can't handle filtering very much water. So something like this, with just these 4 little handfuls of pebbles, is honestly probably not adequate even for a gallon of water, at least not with any kind of fish that people would normally be keeping. An in-home aquaponics system is about aesthetics and not just production. Design does matter, but it's important to think about the experience you're going to have with it and not just how it looks on the shelf. if you need to access the aquarium, what do you have to do to get to it? For a system where you have to remove the plants to access the tank, what happens to the plants when you take them out, especially if you can't set them down without breaking roots? If you need to pull out the filtration to access the aquarium, how much of a mess is that going to make? Because an aquaponic system, like an Aquasprouts garden, can be extremely low maintenance. We've had some of these run for 2 years with no water changes, but you will have to get in there. You will have to take out fish that you lose. You will have to add new fish. You'll want to harvest. You'll want to replant. Now, accessories and design aren't just about ease of use, they're also about performance. There are a lot of small aquaponic kits that are sold with no light, with no supplemental grow light and no way to mount one. If something seems too good to be true, it usually is. There are a lot of plants that you can sprout without adding light. There are houseplants, low light, low nutrient plants that will grow okay in ambient lighting. But if you want to grow culinary herbs, if you want to grow vegetables, if you want to grow leafy greens to full size instead of harvesting them as microgreens, they'll need sunlight. And if they're indoors, they'll need something to substitute for it. One of the questions we get a lot is, what if I go away for the weekend? One of the advantages of having access to your tank is that, among other aquarium accessories you can use, you can mount an automatic fish feeder on the Aquasprouts garden just like you would on a standard 10-gallon aquarium. Like I said at the start, aquaponics is a technology based on ecology. Now, bringing gardening indoors, you can untether yourself from seasons and from weather, and to some degree from pests and other problems that you have in traditional gardening. But you can't rush nature. Something to think about when you're choosing an aquaponic system is not just what it's going to look like when you set it up, but what it's going to look like down the road. If you don't have room for your plants to grow out, what's going to happen to them? If you don't have room for your fish to grow up, where are they going to go? If you don't have space to expand, if you don't have room to add accessories, if you don't have the ability to adjust your system as the living things in it grow and change, what's going to happen? A short video like this isn't going to answer all of your questions. There are a lot of use cases and a lot of things people want out of a small aquaponic system. Come visit us at aquasprouts.com or check out our support center for helpful articles on setup, tank care, fish selection, and a whole bunch of other things. Or get in touch with our support staff if there are any other questions we can help you with.